Let me tell you why you're here. You're here because you know something. What you know you can't explain, but you feel it. You felt it your entire life.
Alright, we're on. Hats. Hats.
Are we actually?
Yeah,
Sorry,
yeah.
hang on.
Well, we just fuck around too much and then never actually start.
You're literally, no, but you...
How you going?
Yeah, I'm alright. What's it's the daytime? It's bright.
At daytime it's bright,
You
and
can actually see.
we're a
my
few
garage.
days later than we normally would do the pod, and I think we're still recovering from Foz.
Yeah, that was wild.
Holy shit! What was it, like 2 or 3 hours? You guys stayed longer after I left.
I think you left about midnight.
I did.
And I think Foz left about 3.
But I literally,
Foz, how you
I
doing, man? Hope you're
literally
still alive.
barely got out of bed. I'd go out of bed.
Like old man hangover.
Oh my god!
Yeah, yeah.
I did like 11 shits that day, just like clearing myself out.
Oh my god. Morning.
Morning.
Hope you're having your breakfast. This is a nice one with the family.
Mm.
Yeah, it was a big night. Good.
That was great. He's a good guy.
He's a really good guy.
Did you reach out to him the next day, like to see how he was?
Yeah, I think I said, how's the head or something, and he said, 2 heads or 10 heads or whatever. I don't know what he replied, but yeah, I think he was struggling as well.
Oh yeah.
So he's on holiday with the family, so he had to probably get up and do stuff with the family. So good luck. I hope that went well.
If he jumped in the ocean, it would have.
That's the best thing for. Yeah, that's probably the best. Or a cold shower, or if you got the ocean on your doorstep, brilliant. Do that. But yeah, it was a really good. I mean, I don't know what the pod was like. I listened to it back. It got loose towards the end, like the last.
When we came back in. I mean, you know what's surprising to me though? Like Foz and I clearly trashed. Like I was like,
you did. You both did sound.
And he was like that, but you sounded totally fine.
See, I'm a funny drunk. I'm not like a big guy, but I can. And I'm not as good a drinker as I used to be, and I certainly don't recover at all well.
It's a Scottish thing, I'm sure.
But maybe. But I can just keep drinking, which is not a good thing. Like, I'm not saying that as a like, oh, look at me. Like, it's like you just keep drinking and you feel absolutely awful the next day. So, and I can't. I don't know. It's like an addictive. We've talked about this before, but like a addictive personality thing. Once you start, I just don't stop. I'm okay if I don't start, but if I start, I'm
that's me. Like I'm a super fast drinker.
Yeah, you are super
but
fast.
An absolute lightweight. So that those two things don't really.
Like you're not big guy either. So like, I don't know why. It's usually the big guys that are the fast drinkers. You try and keep up with the big guy.
I don't know. I'm just. To be honest, I think there's a fair bit of alcoholism in my family, so I think I've actually probably got the gene for.
You're probably Scottish as well, then.
Yeah. I almost said my last name. I'm going to doxjar that.
You're going to doxjar that one, yeah. You almost have because of what we're talking about. You've all, yeah, no.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh no. Hang on. I'm like, yeah. I've doxed that you're Scottish.
No, anyway, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I can't explain without
doxing.
Without doxing. Yeah, it's going to cost me, so I'm not doing it. Oh,
where's a big truck
going past? That's exciting.
Yeah,
it's almost like the New York sirens of the cool podcast people.
Oh, I know. I've noticed that. Like, was that McCormick and someone else?
All the cool people left New York, though. Haha, you were wrong. Yeah. No, actually, it's not fair. New York used to be a wonderful city, and I'm sure will be again. But right now, unfortunately, it seems to be going the way of the toilet.
What have we got today?
Sunday.
Yeah.
Hi.
Have
you actually got topics, or
no, nothing. It's just finding this.
You know, yesterday.
Excuse
me, I need to go. I'm starting to feel a bit okay again as well.
What, after the COVID?
Yeah, I'm finally.
Oh man, that's a slow.
Yeah, what's that been like? Oh, God knows how long. I went for a walk along the beach, and this is a good Bitcoin pod. Hi guys. I imagine about a week ago managed about 200 meters, had to come back.
Serious?
Yeah, I had to come back, and then about a week ago I managed to do the loop, which was up and down the hill or whatever, and I was kind of okay. So I'm yeah.
You're on the mend. That's
I'm
good.
On the mend, yeah.
That's good.
But it wasn't much fun. So if anybody's sick out there, get better, get on with life, buy Bitcoin.
Yep.
I was yesterday I was sort of thinking, I was scrolling through Twitter, and it was just inane crap. Most of it was probably mine, and I was thinking, I talk about Bitcoin too much. I'm over this. And then about 2 hours later, I was like, I'm talking about Bitcoin in ages.
Well, you said to me this morning, what was it?
Well, I said to you, come over between. I was out late last night, so come over between like 10:30 and 1.
Yeah.
And I sent you a message about 9. When you coming?
Yeah.
He's like, well, you said that.
I'm
10.
sitting here
just make it 10.
My thumbs.
Make it 10. So where we have a few. I have a few things. I listened to let's make this a little bit Bitcoin related, to Simon Dixon. Do you know who Simon Dixon is?
No.
So Simon Dixon is the guy behind Bank to the Future.
Oh, yeah.
I first came across him on the Kaiser Report. Super wealthy guy now. He's a very early Bitcoiner. And so he was on, I think he was on Swann Lounge with, or whatever it's called now, Swann, with Max Kaiser. And he was talking about post 2008 banking crisis. He was trying to set up a bank in the UK. And this is the bit that just blew my mind. In order for the banking license, he needed to front up £60 million for the privilege of holding the banking license. Now, I'm sure there was processes as well, but the monetary value was £60 million. And well, that's not the big bit. Well, that's part of the big. But the big bit for me was you were not allowed to have it if you were not going to run a fractional reserve bank.
Really?
Yes. Unbelievable. So it's like. You're not. Literally, the rule is, and I assume it's only worse since then. Verify for yourself. But you're not allowed to be a bank in the UK or probably anywhere if you're not also willing to be a scammer.
Wow,
that's nuts, right?
That is nuts.
Yeah. So yeah, but Simon. Yeah. I didn't know whether you'd have come across Simon Dixon before. But
Fiat clown world. I not necessarily related, but as you know, my wife runs her own business, and people can pay through PayPal. And I know.
Okay, sorry.
But she does that option to give people convenience and whatever else. And obviously, PayPal takes a cut of that, which is unfortunate. But somebody did that just this week.
She doesn't hold money in Bitcoin, though, does she? In Bitcoin and PayPal?
No, but this is my point. So someone paid her via PayPal. Decent amount for what she does. And PayPal immediately says, you can access what was probably 5% of that, or maybe, no, sorry. Anyway, and we're going to hold the rest until you verify all this stuff. I'm like, fuck off, it's her money.
Oh my God. So she's just been Canada'd?
It's crazy.
Truckered. She's just been truckered.
But
sorry, your wife's just been truckered. Yeah.
She got trucked up.
Yeah.
But that's the stupidest thing, because the PayPal's, this meant to be this future money thing, or has been, but, that's their claim, and then they've gone, no, Firstly, they advertise to her, pay through us, or get paid through us, and then they do that.
What a joke.
Fuck you, PayPal.
I mean, but it's not like it's a new PayPal account, right?
No, she's had it for years.
She's been using it, I guess, for, buy something on eBay and spend on PayPal, whatever, right? Yeah. Using it as a payment processor. I'm sure we've all used PayPal at some stage. So it's not like they were not happy for her to do that, but only now, when there's a chunky piece of money, but they want to hold on to it for a bit.
Totally. But I don't think that's the first time that's been a larger amount. People have paid her, very rarely, but have paid her larger amounts through PayPal before, and I don't believe it's been an issue until now. So, interesting. I
mean, I know PayPal, there's a convenience factor for PayPal for some people, but I've heard loads and loads and loads of horror stories. So if you're using it for convenience out there, okay, use it for convenience, but do not hold any significant amount of money on PayPal.
God, no.
And certainly don't. I mean, I've never even looked into it since they announced they were selling crypto on Paypal. But
were they selling crypto or just Bitcoin?
Frankly, I don't
Who cares?
know or care. But the I mean, don't do that either. Buy your Bitcoin somewhere else, or earn your Bitcoin, or win your Bitcoin, or talking about winning Bitcoin. Can we talk about that?
Yeah, please.
So,
well, is it winning, or is it actually earning? In a way,
it's earning. Yeah,
I think you are.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, okay, fair enough. Probably right. So I'll open my. So, unfortunately, I have to qualify this with US only, but there are, a third of the people who listen to us. So that guy, they are from the US. So, Fold, right? So hopefully everybody knows of Fold. Fold are essentially a Bitcoin only company where you can get discounts at shops and cash back in sats. And
God damn, we need that.
Spin the wheel, yeah. We definitely. I mean, it doesn't have to be Fold. I've said this so many times. It doesn't have to be Fold. It's somebody else who's out there who could do this.
Well, let's do it. You and I.
We do not have the skills.
I know.
So
idiot card. Idiot card,
yeah. MD wants the idiot card. But actually, to be fair, right now probably loads of people would sign up for the idiot card.
Yeah.
Not because of us, clearly. But anyway, there was a time when you could sign up for at the very beginning of Fold. You could sign up for it anywhere in the world and get the app. And I've still got the app. And you can get our, referrals and all that kind of stuff. So on the website, whatever it's called, what's it called?
Bitcoin-first.com.
Thank you very much. /earn.
Learn.
Earn, learn.
Burn.
Is that what I actually sound like, or is that just your weird voice?
That's just a combination of your weird voice and mine.
Okay. Anyway,
so
I recommend.
Sorry, the address once more.
www.
Yep.
Bitcoin-first.com.
Yep.
/earn.
Earn.
And I'll give you anybody who has no money out there, who wants a Bitcoin, has no money, just go on there and find ways that you can earn some bit, games or apps, or maybe even a job or whatever it is. There's ways to. No, I'm not talking significant amounts, but there are ways. So go and have a look. But through that on the website, I have a referral to Fold, because I like Fold. I'd love to see it in Australia. I'd love to see it everywhere, or the same service everywhere. Anyway, I'll get to the point. I've referred, I think, 12 people, right? So not a lot, but more people need to do that. If you live in the States, if you're not doing that, do that. It's crazy. But this morning I opened it up to spin the wheel and get my free sats for the day, and then open up my spin squad. So if you have referred a person, when they then get their card and spend on the card, the person gets the sats and you get your thing back as well for yourself. So in the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days, I've had 4 squad earnings, the spin squad earning. Like
4 or 5 days?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
We're talking, what are we, 39 sats, 50 sats, 24 sats, 31 sats. If you're the person who's gone through that referral, thank you very much. That's really appreciated. It will go towards helping this become, better than average. Or
I don't know about that.
Slightly better than terrible, or whatever it would be. Anyway, point is, the person's getting sats back, but all of that is just sucking demand from the supply, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Sucking supply. No, what am I trying to say? Sucking sats out the new supply.
Exhausting supply.
Thank you.
Yes.
Oh my God. Hi, Bulldog.
You idiot.
Anyway, so you don't have to go through my referral if you want to knock yourself out, but just get it for yourself. Get yourself some sats back. Spin the wheel if you're in the States, and do that. Love Fold, and I wish it was everywhere.
I know they're taking too long.
Who would be the who would be the person? Who would be the business that's already established in Australia that could do Fold? Do you think? Do we have one?
Well, unless you're looking at an exchange like Bitteroo or Hard Block, rolling something like that out,
or maybe like a current rewards business, or I don't know, like a cashback rewards business can step into Bitcoin land, and start it, because the demand on Fold is huge. Everybody wants it.
Yeah.
They had a queue of about 100,000 people at the beginning to sign up for a card. I mean, it's very popular.
I'd find it hard to believe that there isn't already someone or people in Australia working on something like that now.
But that's kind of the honey model, right? So just instead of having shit.
Or the lolly model.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But instead of having, well, lollies. Also lolly's great too. So shout out to Lolly, LOLLI. But also on the earn page of the website if you're looking. So the lolly model is like a browser extension where you click through and you web shop and get cash back or bits sats back that way.
Yeah.
Whereas Fold is more of a kind of app based type thing with a card that you can actually pay with a card on it. All your transactions. Go to the servo and go to the garage, buy some fuel and it's just great. It's just wonderful. But anyway, I was quite excited. I got my 40 sats or whatever it was, and they're locked up into cold storage forever and ever and ever. Bye bye.
So good.
Yeah. But
all right, what else you got?
We talk about Guy.
I love that. Well, I only saw it because you retweeted it. Actually, I might have seen it, but I get notifications when you tweet. I'm going to pour another coffee. Yeah.
Yeah, knock yourself out. Did everybody see Guy's head? Guy, I hope you're okay, mate.
Oh, what did he? I don't actually know how he did it.
He said something like walked in a wall.
Let's explain it. Sorry. So he's got a big, almost Harry
Guy
Potter.
Swann.
Yep.
Mr. the voice of Bitcoin.
Bitcoin Audible, isn't it?
Yeah.
Can you pass me the milk?
Who has read more about Bitcoin than everybody else has forgotten, or whatever it is. You got that?
Is that what he says, or someone else says about him?
I don't know, something like that. But he walked into a wall in his laundry or something. He's got this massive gash out of his forehead.
It's a decent gash.
And he put a thing saying,
I'm not hanging a piss, I'm pouring... Oh, fuck.
Milk all over your crotch.
Yep. For audio effect, I just sacrificed my pants. Yeah, sorry. So, Guy Swann gashed his head.
And for the Scottish listeners, that's trousers.
What did I say?
You said pants.
Pants.
So that's like undies.
Is it?
Yeah. So you just sacrifice.
So the image is me
It sounds grim.
in my undies drinking coffee.
Yeah.
Oh, could be.
So Guy, so he whacked his head on the laundry, got a big gash out of his head, and he's posted it to say, should I put a plaster on it or something? And everybody's just memed the hell out of this picture, with the infinity divided by 21 million, all sorts of stuff, and the Harry Potter scar, and Guy, firstly, I hope you're okay, man. But it was very funny. And fair play for putting it out there. But
make sure you link to that in the show notes or whatever.
Okay, no worries.
Because worth seeing if anybody hasn't.
Yeah, definitely. And it's cool that. Well, firstly, Guy's putting it up there because he knows what's going to happen, right? But also, it just shows you that there's nobody's above, the maxi mocking. Yeah, it's great, right? It's great. Everybody should be getting it. But I thought that was pretty funny. I also liked a tweet from Dr. Bitcoin MD, which says, "No,
that's not from him. No, I think somebody replied to him.
You're right. It is from. Oh, this is a pain in the ass though. Tourage." But it's like at _T _O _O _R _A _J _
/earn.
Anyway, but it's just the meme. It's like Brad, the bit where, what movie is it? Where he says, "Sell me this
Wall
pen."
Street. Sell me this pen.
Yeah, sell me this pen. And it's like, "Sell me this Bitcoin." It says, "Do me a favor, write down all the assets that you can own that can't be confiscated." And I can't think of any.
Yeah.
Like think about it's funny, but just think about that for a second. What do you have
that can't be taken off?
Can't be taken off you by someone else.
My spirit.
Your spirit. They really think about that for a while, and then your answer you'll come back with is nothing, until you own some Bitcoin. I thought that was good.
Well, and then you store it correctly.
Indeed. But it's the first step is getting yourself to have some.
Oh, okay. I got one. Oh, sorry. You got something else?
No,
all right.
I was scrolling, talked about.
So we've talked about how you're talking to normie friends and you try to orange pill them or shill or whatever. I had a mate up from Sydney. It was actually my wife's best friend's husband, and obviously, inevitably, you can't.
Lasted 15 minutes.
You can't not bring up Bitcoin.
Yep.
So I'm chatting away.
And they're not Bitcoiners.
Not Bitcoin. He had barely, no idea about it at all. Hasn't.
I like those people. They're good.
Yeah, but then and again, a couple of beers, dinner at the pub, and so I start doing a little shill, and then halfway through, I can detect what I'm saying could be easily interpreted as me trying to get him to buy because it benefits me. You know what I mean? So I had to then go, well, look, you do you
But you weren't like, here's my referral code.
Not at all.
Right.
Not at all.
But you were just like, I feel like I'm promoting something that I hold and that's pumping my own bag. Is that what you mean?
Yeah. But then I qualified it and said, look, if you buy or don't buy it, it doesn't affect me in any way, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, can I just jump in really quickly? You finish it. But I used to think that too, but because I've come around to think there's literally nothing that I could say or you could say that's going to affect the price of Bitcoin.
No,
right?
Exactly. And that's basically
what I would say to people. Like maybe if you're Elon, this may be something you could say that might affect the price of Bitcoin.
Let's come back to Elon in a sec.
Okay, sorry, but and then
that was it. So I basically kind of did a bit of a spiel and a shill, and then once I kind of had the feeling like I may have framed it like it sounded a bit pyramid-y or Ponzi-ish.
Yep.
I kind of just went, just stopped and then changed the subject because I didn't want to keep pushing,
Well, yeah.
But the whole thing is you want to save everyone. You want to go, please, just get a little bit. But
it's really hard to do it without coming across as a salesman.
Well,
so I mean, I think.
But as we've said before, among your own circle of friends, that to them you are the Bitcoin guy.
Exactly.
So when they need help, they will come straight to you and say, "All right."
That's the hope in a way.
That's the hope. Well, yeah.
But at least if you're known to be the guy, like, or even what you actually want is like, which I've noticed happen a little bit, is like not the person I've spoken to, but someone else says, "Oh, Steve told me
that you're
the Bitcoin guy."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh yeah, I'm the Bitcoin guy." But and at that point, the door's way open for you to just step through.
Yeah, yeah.
But and the more people know that you're the Bitcoin guy, the more chance that people are going to come and ask.
Yeah.
And that's not that is really not salesy. That's just helping.
Yeah.
And it's not salesy anyway. It's just hard not to.
It's not salesy at all. It just can come across if you're not eloquent enough, like I'm not. It can come across a bit salesy,
Mm-hmm. It's hard not to, though. It's I don't know. It's just here's another way of earning some sats, actually. But you can then give them to us, or not to us, give them to somebody else. Fountain have just recently put a post up to say that if you don't have Fountain and you want to download Fountain from, I guess it's from their link, they'll credit your sats account with 1,000 sats.
Well,
so
interesting, because I know they've also said, if you listen to this particular pod, you'll get 1,000 sats, and I did that, never got anything.
But was it a new user thing? Because you weren't a new user. I think it maybe was, because it was that went with a Luke Groman pod, I think. Yeah, but I think it was for a new user. I don't want to.
Oh, there was a TFTC. Was that Luke Groman on TFTC, or just there was definitely a TFTC one?
Yeah, you're right. And I think so. That same thing happened to me, because I did listen to whichever the pod was. I'm like, where's my sats?
Yeah,
didn't get them, but I assume it's because I'm not. I don't know that. Yeah, I'm just guessing that's because obviously they're trying to encourage new users. But
yep.
But yeah, go jump on if you're on Google or Apple, get yourself off. Go get yourself onto Breez or Fountain, and then whoever it is, Preston or Daniel or Matt and Marty or whoever it is that you listen to, chuck them some sats, keep them going. Have you
got Fountain and Breez links on the website?
Yes, okay. From the podcast.
For the
page.
Pod, yeah, cool.
Okay, no, they're not affiliates, but they're links.
Quick go back to Elon, as I said before. Did you see, I think Jack Dorsey just tweeted hi, and then...
What was that? What was that? I don't know.
No idea, just that was it. Weird. Anyway, and then Elon was up the top saying, love your position title at Block. And I think how like what's Elon Musk's title? He's like master of... Oh no.
Vader? I don't know.
I don't know what he called him. He renamed his position something. Anyway, I think Jack's is Blockhead.
Blockhead.
Yeah.
Nice.
So head of Blockhead.
But what's that? What was the hi? It was...
No, I don't know. Just random. Just said hi.
Some of these like so-called, these influential people, like genuinely influential people, not influencers, but when they post something cryptic, you're like, oh no, I'm gonna have to go research into why I think, and then it just turns out to be nothing.
Just be hi.
Half the time it's just hi. Yeah.
But how much does he now seem totally unleashed now that he's left Twitter?
Totally.
So good.
How strangled was he? Like, in there now, he feels you can just. See
no wonder he left. He's probably like, oh, this is so much better.
I know, but it must be really frustrating though if you create something from as a young guy, and you create such a massive beast. It is
to be kind of edged out, you mean, or pushed out.
Just to feel like, even just, I don't know how he left, but even the feeling that you need to, because you just cannot.
Well, he did have that comment about the board being not necessarily destructive. I don't remember what it was, but it wasn't particularly positive about the Twitter board.
I mean, Twitter's shit. It's just the only reason it's good is because the people are on it. The actual thing itself has just gone to shit.
What do you think about this whole Elon buying Twitter bid thing?
Well, I mean, it would probably be better than it currently is. Do I want Elon to have it? Do we want Elon to have any more power than Elon currently does? I don't know. There's worse people than Elon, I guess.
I'd just be interested to see what he does. I keep seeing Saylor's thing about blue checks and sats, which is a great idea.
It is, as long as it's accessible to everyone, right?
Yes, yeah.
It has to be pitched at a level that people can afford, but at the same time high enough to try and discourage the bots.
Yeah, but not only that, like think about, obviously we're in our echo chamber, right? So we've all got sats, and we'd happily probably pay sats for verification and all that kind of stuff. The millions of people that don't have it. So
anonymously, right? You have to have the option of...
Oh, yeah, totally. But millions of people, billions around the world that do not have Bitcoin, don't even know about Bitcoin, but may have Twitter, and, I don't know, they're in some sewing fucking circle, and all their mates...
Pick up all the sewers that listen to us.
Yeah, tweet about cross-stitch. That's the only one I could think of.
Okay.
Obviously, they can't just go, I'll donate some sats. So somewhere on the Twitter platform, there'd have to be the dollar thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like almost like virtual currency on video games, right? So you pay $5 for some V-Bucks or for whatever. Yeah. You pay $5 for some sats to then verify your account.
Yeah, I mean, you can already pay for, you can be an advertiser on Twitter, so they already accept, fiat.
Yeah.
So there's no reason why they couldn't open all of those fiat channels to people who wanted to pay fiat. Like, you don't have to be a Bitcoiner to do this. I mean, obviously,
no.
it's the better. Well, we think it's the better idea. But it's I mean, we don't have big accounts, right? You can only imagine the amount of scam and crap that you get below anything you post, to the point where it's totally unusable. I mean, you'll have heard Saylor say that too. It's like completely unusable. DM's totally unusable.
Oh, someone like him or
yeah,
ridiculous.
And then it's all you can do is as people with a big following is just put your thoughts out there and just turn it off.
Turn off the notifications.
Like what's the point? Like, yes, okay, there might be some incredible comments underneath, but they'll be lost in the 4,000 people trying to sell you, some scam.
I always like the ones where you see. Oh, sorry, I don't like the ones where you see, something. It looks like a family man or something talking about, this and this, and then he goes, I follow this guy who's an amazing.
There's so many of those now.
But it's written exactly the same.
Yeah.
Just a different account.
I thank you to Bob for giving me
great trading tips or whatever.
Tips that have just really helped my family. Oh my god, this is just clearly a bot, but it's like, yeah, but somebody's going to fall for it. That's the worst of it.
Oh
right?
yeah.
Every now and again there'll be somebody new that doesn't know, and they just fall for these things.
Look, my dad. You know how much I've talked about my dad when he first got some, and it was a scam email that actually got him interested. He got another email, and he's like, "Oh, Brendo, Chris Hemsworth's buying Bitcoin." I'm like, "No, he's not."
He might be.
And then he probably maybe. But
well, you want to tell your story about the Hemsworth again?
The Hemsworth,
great story. Or was it Liam or the other one?
My story about.
Did you not like do a double shuffle like in Coles?
Oh yeah. Did I not talk about this on the pod already?
Oh yes, it was a great story. That's why I'm asking if you tell it twice.
It's the closest. He's the most famous dude, other than Cookie from A Country Practice, which you won't even know what I'm talking about.
Not a clue.
Any Aussie whiz will.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Let us know.
Ding 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 ding. I'm going to sing the theme song.
I just frothed all over the place. Hang on, I'm frothing some milk here.
You should do that in the mic.
Let's listen to this, guys. This is pretty good.
It looks and sounds very sexual.
Neither of those things is true. Don't trust verify. Hang on. What's no? Sorry, you're talking about the Hemsworth. Why are we talking about that? Oh, your dad.
Oh yeah. Just another one. And after all the sort of chats I've had with him, and
do you need more?
No, I'm good, thanks. And he's just at lunch last week. He's like, "Oh, Chris Hemsworth's buying something," and he's trying to look through his. Trying to look for his email or his whatever notification that said it. I'm like, "Nah, he's not."
And I don't know your dad, but you're.
He's got to be alright to have me.
Well,
yeah.
That's hello, Mr. Bitcoin Brendo. Before I get done. Yeah. Yeah, there's just so many. There's just anything that can. And like, how many times do you get? You go into a shop, or you buy something somewhere, and yes, that's what it'll be. You buy something online. I know, you go to Bunnings or something, buy something, and then you get constant barrage of marketing emails for the rest of your life, even though you never signed up for them.
Yeah.
Like, all of that, you could take away all of that. You could say, okay, yeah, you can send me, but you can't send me. And if you do send me, you get charged.
Yeah.
And if they get charged, that's just more draw on the supply of Bitcoin, right?
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, that'd be well good for everyone.
Is your T-shirt inside out?
No.
Do you get told that all the time?
Yes.
It's designed that way.
Yeah. Does it look like it's inside out? Well, the seams do.
Well, I don't look at your tits. I just saw the
seams.
The seams. It seems to be seamy.
Outside seams, which is how it should be.
It's very fashionable, is it? Oh,
I
you
don't
mean
imagine
for,
it's
for
fashionable.
comfort?
The T-shirt's about 15 years old. So, but comfort-wise, you don't have seams.
Yeah, just
why would you have seams on the inside?
Yeah, well, because it looks like that.
Well, I don't care what it looks like. I have to wear it. You see, that's the difference. That's the difference. You care about what you look like. I care what I feel like.
Bullshit.
I do. Like, this comfier. It's comfier. Well, you clearly don't care what you look like. Shout out to Haggis. Psychopathic Haggis. Because
he's a power memer. He's got great tweets.
Mm-hmm. And also because his team St Johnstone and my team Aberdeen are about to fight off for being relegated by the looks of things. So sorry,
I only have heard that.
That's not why the show.
I've only heard that from Ted Lasso. Relegated means do they go down a grade or a?
So let me explain this for anybody who doesn't live in Australia or America, actually, for that point. You have leagues, you call them ladders, right, of 10, 12, 15, 20 sides, right?
Yep.
But there's lots of them. So if you finish bottom, you go down to the one below.
And you're
into with
it's like A grade, B grade, C grade,
right,
whatever.
Right. But in
Or first
Australia,
grade.
that doesn't work like that. It just doesn't matter how bad you are, you're just still there. Like, you just get worse and worse and worse and worse and worse.
They
I
just
don't know if that's
sack-
true again
sack
across
the
all
coach.
sports.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, so we are top league, fighting it out to be second bottom by the looks of things. Nobody cares about this, but apart from me and Haggis.
Yeah,
And
I
Sam, hey, Sam.
regret asking.
Yeah, I know. I can see it in your face. Like, it's totally turned off. But anyway, back to his meme. It's like, need a good stacking goal. The next block reward is 3.125.
Oh, yeah.
0.78125. Anyway, we get down to 2,108. The block reward is 149 sats. And there was another one, which is nuts, right? Just, I mean, we're not.
I talked about that when we were
but,
on Ben's pod. That's just astounding to look at.
But even when you look at, like, well, here's the thing. So, what did I say? 149 sats
In what? 2108?
Yeah, 2108. But like, if you look at the number, so the sats I was getting from that referral on a fold card was like, what did I say? Like 40 sats or something. So I am a third of the block reward in the 2000 whatever that is 108.
That's
but
awesome.
It's crazy. And when you get to 20, what is Epoch 33? Which is like 2137 or whatever we're talking about.
When you talk about
sick-
epoch, is that each halving?
halving.
Yeah,
right,
yeah,
halving,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
So the block reward is a sat. One sat.
When?
2130. Well, the end.
Oh,
the last
right near
one.
the end.
Yeah.
One
One
sat.
sat. That's it's crazy, right? If you actually play that forward, even if Bitcoin just retains its current level of demand, just like the crazy lunatics that we are, and all the other people who think like this, that demand, nothing else. No, don't have to convince anybody.
Yeah.
Nobody goes out and tries to orange pill anyone. We all stop podcasting. We all just keep stacking our own sats. Eventually, it is just maths.
Wow.
It's just maths. You're gonna get one, and it's maths with an S. There's a comedian that does a good thing about that. It's like,
Is he English or Scottish? Or?
can't remember. Talks about on that basis. No, it doesn't matter. It's talking about your asshole. And you would be an ass. People were assholes, and there would be I don't remember. I'll look that joke up and tell you.
Great
another
joke.
time.
Hats, thanks.
Yeah, I've never been a comedian. I'm not trying.
All right, what else you got?
Did you see? This is the name that I always struggle with. Econo Alchemist. Oh, I
think like economist.
Yeah, I know, but I know, but I'm just trying to say it.
Econo.
Econo. Well, okay, I can't say
Okay,
it.
you can.
Anyway,
Yes, what about him?
he
He's a
posted-
burn the bridge miner guy, yeah?
Yes, he shared a thing where somebody is John P. D.I. Giacomo. Hey, there you go. this is a good one. Nice one, John. He is getting his miner, the hot air from his miner, to connect to an like a tumble dryer.
Is it a picture and it's
Yeah, yeah.
kind of all at
It's
the
a
back
video.
there? Oh, no, yeah. That's
And
awesome.
he's
I saw
so-
another one. Someone else did it.
So the hot air. How amazing is that? Like how many
Crazy.
people out there are using Visa to dry their clothes?
Yeah.
Like, how many is that?
A monetary network.
It's so funny.
Yeah.
Just so cool. What else you got?
I got nothing.
Let me see what else I've got. Anything?
I feel good after those coffees, though.
Yeah, that's my third coffee of the morning. So
Yeah, mine too, actually.
Yeah. Did you listen? Oh, did you listen to Saylor on Lex Fridman?
No, I haven't. Should I?
Yeah, it's long though. It's 4 hours.
What's that Lex guy like? A lot of people don't like him.
I think he's good. He will not be everybody's cup of tea, but his problem was that when he arrived into talking about Bitcoin, he sort of arrived with that.
The energy fad stuff,
I've-
wasn't it? Oh,
Yeah,
I'm
well,
here
sort
and
of-
I've come to fix it?
Yeah, he sort of came with that
Oh,
vibe,
yeah.
and that's why people got their backs up against him. But he's not. I think he's probably retreated a bit from that.
Is he orange pilled, do you think?
I would say he's holding some Bitcoin now. Yeah,
And
Based on
among
that.
others.
Well, maybe. But yeah, it's just. I just think it's interesting to see when there's some new person just falling over the edge, and once they get rid of, if they are prepared to open their mind, which he is, right? He's not a chef or a whatever the other. Remember that guy? What was that guy from? God, I'm struggling today.
It's your story, mate.
Oh my god. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Some people just rail against it. They realize it's going to disrupt everything that's been good for them, and they just fight. And other people go, oh, hang on a second, I hate this, and then they go, well, okay, let's just pay attention a little bit, and then they try and learn.
Yeah.
And all of those people, go the same way. Right, they all go gradually towards being a complete toxic maximalist.
Well, but that's the thing, isn't it? It's like eventually, everyone is going to become a maxi, in our belief. Like eventually.
Well, there's going to be no choice anyway. It's going to be the only thing there is. So how can you be not a maxi at that point? You know.
That's right.
Well, it just, and I think a lot of the arguments are just, or disagreement, whatever. They're just about timescale. It's just two people talking on a different timescale. Like if you ask me if stable coins were a good thing, and I was taking a 20-year time horizon, I'd be like, no, stable coins are a complete waste of time. We don't need them. They're pegged to a fiat currency and they're pointless, right? But if you ask me on a 20-month time scale, I'd be like, well, yeah, okay, they're good for transferring money between exchanges. Exchanges are necessary, or whatever. Like they're just like a stepping stone for getting to where we're going to go to. Like Mahler's took a bit of stick a little bit just because he's engaging with stable coins.
Yeah.
But it's back to that pragmatism thing. We have to sort of step. It just feels so frustrating when you realize we shouldn't be having to do this, but yet we are. But then, if you listen to people, God, who was this I was listening to? Yeah, I'm struggling. Sorry, guys.
It's all good.
But yeah, like you take a 65, 75-year-old person who's had investments for the last 30, 40 years, they are not. What they're going to do is eventually, maybe it was Andy Edstrom. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Somebody was talking about like family office stuff, but they're not going to step from holding Berkshire Hathaway to holding their own private keys. That's never going to happen.
Yeah.
Well, sorry, that's completely the wrong thing to say. It hopefully will happen, but it's never going to happen. That's not going to be step one. So the step one is going to be, I'm going to go to Morgan Stanley, and say, hi, account manager, I would like to have Bitcoin. I've spoken to my grandson, and he says Bitcoin's the next big thing, and I think I should have a 0.5% allocation to Bitcoin. Can you get me some? That's what's going to happen practically.
Well, is that a good segue to talk about an ETF in Australia launching this week?
Oh, I didn't even know. Did I know?
I don't know. So apparently, sometime this week, Australia's got an ETF.
Yeah, I think I did hear that. Who is it? Do you know?
21 shares and some other. I think there's 2 possibly. I don't really know. See, and again, my understanding about anything is limited. An ETF, tell me if I'm wrong, and it is an ETF, or Bitcoin ETF, sorry, purely tracking the price of Bitcoin. So it's not like it's a company that holds Bitcoin that's allowing.
It's a fund. It's like you would buy a. Like if you had a, you didn't.
It's speculation.
Well, it's all speculation. But like, say you wanted to, you had $10,000, and you didn't. You were a busy person, but you wanted to not hold that money in the bank. You wanted to invest it somewhere. You might buy like a tracker fund that was just looked at, FTSE 100 or ASX or S&P or whatever, and it would just, and that fund would be selecting stocks for within the fund, and it would be that's how it would be doing it. Or you might have a emerging markets fund or whatever. So it's a fund rather than you're not buying the Bitcoin.
No, clearly. But
so
I thought it was something to do with them just track. Basically, people would be investing in a Bitcoin ETF to speculate on the price but not necessarily investing in a company that holds Bitcoin.
Well,
or am I wrong?
Well, you're giving your money to somebody else who holds Bitcoin and getting the benefit of that return. Yeah. Right? And but then you'll also have like a management fee, and you'll have you'll have annual fees and things like that to pay. So and you'll be exposing yourself to third party risk.
Did you?
Now, sorry, but I was going to say, but like maybe for some people, I don't like it, but maybe for some people, they're not prepared to even try to learn how to hold their own Bitcoin. So having none's better than having some somehow is better than having none at all.
Yeah.
And I just think everybody should. It's a good idea for anybody to hold their Bitcoin in different ways. Like, if you can earn it, great. If you can win it, great. If you can, refer for it, then great. If you can buy it, then great. If you can have it in your super fund, great. And just have it in different places now, and try your best to short. Now, make it manageable so you can, look after it. But that just sort of spreads your risk. Now, maybe I don't like your big shitcoin casinos, the Krakens and the Coinbases of the world, but maybe it's a good idea for some people to have some there, because it just keeps, let's say you get to the point where you want to be spending your Bitcoin. Maybe they offer some functional service that allows you to spend it easily. You have a card, and you just go to the shop, and the shop doesn't even know, and you just you spend it. So, I mean, that's not pure, but it's something. It's pragmatic, so it's something.
All right,
it's off zero. Go on.
Do you know a guy called Tom Richardson that writes for the Australian Financial Review?
No,
he's very, or seems very anti-Bitcoin, and so he's done an article. I don't know if anyone's read this.
Is this your pull-out you were telling me about?
A what?
That you said you were a picture of a 12-page crypto pull-out. That wasn't that, no?
That wasn't me.
Yeah,
no, sorry, no, yeah, it's same newspaper, but no, this is just an article, because I was just looking up ETFs in Australia. So anyway, so the article title, Bitcoin ETFs leave Satoshi Nakamoto rolling in his grave. I just got to find, I probably should have found the actual thing I wanted to read. I'll cut this out. Don't do that. Makes it harder for me to cut it. Fuck.
I mean, the ETF are better than futures because you're buying. There's a requirement for buying spot Bitcoin, right?
Yeah.
But are they needed? I mean, not really. It's would they like if and when one is launched in the US. Will it drive the price? Yes, because there's going to be a huge demand for them. But is that a good thing? Long term, maybe no. So if your goal is just, seeing the price of your Bitcoin going up, then, yeah, I guess in short term it's a good thing. But it's just, again, it goes back to your timescales. Are you looking at this as your thing you're going to store your wealth in for the rest of your life? Or are you looking at it as a thing where you're looking to make as much as you can by next Friday and then spend it on garbage?
Oh, yeah, this is why I asked the question about the ETF thing. So I'll just read this first couple of paragraphs. So Bitcoin's evolution from the peer-to-peer electronic payment system envisaged by its pseudonymous founder Satoshi Nakamoto to an exponentially growing asset price bubble should accelerate next week. And then it talks about, multiple financial product providers, including ETF securities, have gained approval to launch ETFs that track only the market price of Bitcoin or Ethereum for their investors. Mm-hmm. If somebody charged you fees to own an ETF that only tracked the price of Telstra shares, you'd likely think that was stupid on the basis you could just buy Telstra shares yourself. Mm-hmm. In crypto, though, this kind of innovation is celebrated as a great technological and regulatory breakthrough, probably because the ETFs are almost certain to drag more speculators into history's greatest asset price bubble. In effect, Satoshi Nakamoto's vision of a decentralized payment system has been airbrushed out of crypto's history in favor of a less magnanimous, mission to pump crypto prices off the charts. The unspoken raison d'etre, is that? I don't know. Raison d'etre, yeah. Yep, is to deliver the greatest financial rewards to the earliest adopters. Common FUD argument. It's true that ETFs tracking single asset classes such as gold, oil or gas already exist. This makes sense as most investors wouldn't want to hold a barrel of crude oil to get exposure to its future price movements. But it's also true that physical assets like gold or oil have utility for jewelry or transport. We've heard all this before. Mm-hmm. Bitcoin doesn't have utility in the real world other than as a ticket to get rich quick or offer fee streams to insiders, which is similar to the utility of lotto tickets as a tax on the poor. Here's the last one. Here's the kicker. Moreover, you cannot own physical Bitcoin even if you want to. In that sense, it truly is a limited supply of nothing. It doesn't exist other than as mathematical equations expressed in computer code. And that keeps going on.
Oh my god. So we found your dick of the day.
Yeah.
Well done. Who's dick of the day? Who's his name?
Tom Richardson. And he often will...
Dickerson.
Dickinson. Dickie. You're a dick.
I mean... I mean, how many? I was being triggered. I was literally getting. I could feel myself getting warmer.
Well,
like
listening
triggered.
to that.
Yeah. You ever had that? You ever been like a work meeting and you have to speak or something? And you feel like your
getting hot.
face is getting a bit red, and you're just feeling a bit.
Yeah.
You're getting a bit agitated, and that feeling.
Yeah.
I was getting that all the way through there.
Yeah, and that's only halfway through.
No, don't listen. Don't read the rest.
No.
But so
he's just got no idea.
yeah, clearly. I mean, like, we want to pick off the things like, can you hold a physical Bitcoin? I mean, no. But can you hold a physical, I don't know, Stevie Wonder song that's digital? Can you? Does that have any value? Does your kid that's playing Roblox, can they hold the character? Can you? I mean, God, how many things?
Yeah.
Like, and there's I would say that like anybody that's like, I don't know, old man, I don't know, 20 and down. So what does 20 years take us back to? 2002.
Yep.
So that's like well into internet era, right? They're looking at going, why would you? Like, have you ever met a 20-year-old who said, "I need to go to the branch. I need to go to the like."
That's right.
Like,
I want to talk to a real person.
They never do that, right?
No.
They're like, why can't I do this in 2 seconds?
Yeah.
Right.
It is.
So all of these people are just going to be. If you're not prepared to, that's the whole Paul Krugman, fax machine. The internet will prove as relevant as the fax machine. Like,
they're just wrong.
they're just wrong. They're just wrong. But but they're just complete.
Is it just conceptually they can't wrap their heads around it because it's never existed, or it's
They're either unable to have any sort of vision of the future, or they are so well served by the current
status
system
quo,
that they are unprepared to accept that it could be different.
Yeah,
I think that would be
totally. I don't think that. Yeah, you're probably right.
Stupid or willfully deceptive. Like, that's it.
I think possibly less so than the latter, because investors and traditional guys like him, I imagine, should be able to look past the FUD and see the huge opportunity that owning a piece of.
Where is he? AFR.
Yeah, AFR.
So financial. So
he probably wrote some in that crypto handout, which was like covered in CoinSpot ads and.
I mean, but where does his just follow the incentives? Where does his money come from? All of it.
Yeah.
Right. From his writing. Where does the writing money come from? AFR.
Yeah.
Where does the AFR money come from? Like, really?
Yeah.
Like, follow the trail back up, and it's quite obvious. But yeah, I mean, you could pick those things off one at a time. I mean, does more people coming into Bitcoin benefit the early holders? Sure. Go speak to Jeff Bezos.
Yeah, that's right.
The difference is, that's the true of absolutely everything that ever became successful.
Exactly.
The person who was first got the most benefit. Like, that's just true.
Yeah.
The point is not that. The point is whether is it a Ponzi scheme or not.
Yeah.
Right. It isn't. There's no more that can be printed. If there was more that could be printed, sure, but there isn't. It's not a Ponzi scheme.
Yeah.
Right. So, yeah. I mean,
we don't. I know. It's just
sorry, man. You go.
Triggery. Yeah. I know. Good. That's all I wanted to do.
But
Dick of the day. That's good. You want to do tweet of the week? Have you got a tweet of the week?
Well, one of the ones that I just said. So what did we go for? I do like Haggis.
I'll give it to Haggis.
No, I think the other one was better.
Sorry, Haggis.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe. What do you reckon, Haggis? There was another one I really liked. From Caitlin Johnson.
I don't know who that is.
At CAITOZ. Putin must be held accountable for his war crimes. Said the empire whilst imprisoning a journalist for trying to hold it accountable for its war crimes.
Sorry, Haggis. Undoubtedly, that is tweet of the week.
Yeah. The Assange thing is just.
So has he been extradited already?
I don't think so. I don't think he's gone yet. But I think it's gone to who would it be in the UK? Like who would it be? It wouldn't be the Home Office. Who would it go? Like, it's gone to for ministerial approval.
What do you think is going to happen though? Do you think he's just going to be jailed for the rest of his life?
Well, he's jailed for most of his life. I mean, not most of his life, but a lot of his life already. Like, he was essentially jailed in Ecuadorian embassy. He's jailed now. He's like, like, you don't even have to like Assange as a person.
No. Well, it's like Ross as well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's like, yeah, it's just the hypocrisy of it.
Yeah.
So Haggis, good tweet, mate, but you've just been smashed by Caitlin Johnson.
Not quite good enough, mate.
Yeah, try harder, Haggis.
Lift your game.
Try harder. But and hope St Johnson lose.
How would you want to end it there?
Yeah.
All right.
Boo. Boo. Everybody boo St John. So everybody.
Can it?
No, you can. No, I'm still talking.
No, you're not.
Hey guys, if you've made it this far, thanks so much for listening. The plan with the pod is to do sort of guests one week and myself and Brendo the other week, so hopefully that's working for you. If you don't like one of them, just listen to the one you do like. If you want a little bit more information from us, you can find it at bitcoin-first.com/learn.